down in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down in the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for fun, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Beneath the trees where nobody sees, they'll hide and seek as long as they please. That's the way the teddy bears have their picnic.
Should we need the life raft, it's on the cabin roof just there. We've got life rings also on the roof, behind the door, the lifeline just there also, so if anyone goes in and you want them back out again, we can use the lifeline to retrieve them. Inside the cabin with me are fire extinguishers and emergency life jackets, and I will remain with you for the duration of the trip. The seals we have are unreliable, they are sneaky and they don't like each other, so they're very hard to find at a certain stage of the tide. At low water, they've just spent the last main part of the tide hunting and eating possibly up to 10 kilos of fish each. So low tide here, it's a bit like afternoon of Christmas Day, that all the seals are stuffed, they're all snoozing, and when they sleep they come together as a group. They call it hauling out, and this is where they're, as I say, least unreliable. It's about 35-40 minutes to get where we're going, and then I'll tell you a bit more about what we're going to do when we get there.
Make sure you give them their fair share of the magic potion. It's bound to give them some strange illusions.
Are these the seals that we're supposed to be looking for?
Yeah, someone brought a pack of info on.
Oh,
so we've got common seals and harbour seals, which are the same thing, and then there's grey seals as well. And I think possibly a group is called, it's a colony, but there might be a few different parts of the harbour, they might have a few different smaller groups. But because the group can be very large or it can be much smaller where we're going, so they obviously have a few different places they prefer.
So how long have they been here? Are they still...
Since the mid-90s.
Oh, right.
So I grew up sailing around here as a youngster and we never saw any, and but they started to come in as part of a conservation project, moving injured and wounded seals from very busy commercial areas and trying to thin down population there. So they took them to various different places around the country, and this harbour, being as it was managed so carefully by the Harbour Conservancy, was an ideal spot to try it out. So they started off with grey seals in the mid-1990s. But they've got very comfy here, and now we've got regular pups on an annual basis.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, yeah, Captain! Just something unnatural.
As we get further up, that's Hailing Island ahead, and as we come across the harbour entrance, you're looking at the coastal side, that's West Wittering. West Wittering Sailing Club, you can see some of the boats on the shoreline just disappearing behind that bank there. But East Head extends almost all the way to the Hailing Island in the form of a sandbar, which you just about see the top of at the moment, and that bears the brunt of the tidal swell, so the breakers that break on the Witterings, beaches and Bracklesham, and they're loved by the surfers and windsurfers and kiteboarders, that they don't come into the harbour, they all break up here. And we left Chichester. We've come up to the harbour entrance, passing East Head and the West Wittering, which is the opposite side, across the Hayling Islands, this shoreline behind this side. So this is still Thorney beside us. And we're in the Emsworth Channel, heading toward Emsworth, but we're about to take a turn off the channel and up this creek on our starboard side. Now, on a helpful day, we might already see some seals one side or the other of that shoreline. We can't see any right now, just yet, but there's no rhyme or reason as to where they're going to be. So you can't sort of suggest that if there's a strong northerly wind, they're going to be tucked in one bit. If it's super sunny, they're going to be sitting out in another. They seem to just go wherever they please. So we're never quite sure until we get in there. So we're going to wander in and then take a turn with the channel as it bends around. And we'll go up as far as we dare. We've got about 15 feet of water beneath us here. As we go into the channel, that'll drop down to about 4 feet. But then after that, it deepens again. On the corner, it goes down a bit. So I'll keep an eye on the depth. You guys keep an eye on the shoreline and also in the water, because obviously the seals might be popping up from whereabouts.
There we seals.
That's a diver. that's a diver.
There's a black one. There's a black one.
These are common or harbour seals, so apparently more of a cat-like face on these guys, whereas the grey seals have got a longer sort of a snout, so look a bit more like a dog perhaps.
They've got so much food.
They have. I mean, they just, as I say, they're out of the water at the moment. They're sort of just resting, digesting. Harbour seals and the common seals are just about to come into pup, and so just later this month we should start seeing some pups. The grey seals pup in November, but so a lot of the time the food, the eating is for the mums to get enough calories to sort of to grow the pups, but then also to feed them the milk. They actually prefer sand eels, which are a very popular bass bait, but they're a smaller thing, much smaller, so they obviously just have to find lots more of them. But apparently, sort of like a superfood or a breakfast bar for them. They're full of nutrition.
Well done, Captain. Well, did you get that on film? Enjoy your trip.
You're supposed to be laughing.
Come on, ladies, on the way.
Have you seen the jellyfish to the left?
Go down to the woods today.
Don't like jellyfish.
If you
Great
go down
trip.
to the woods today,